Hey, what's up, guys? First of all, let me start off by saying Happy New Year! This is my first video of 2024, and I'm super excited about this one because in today's video, I'm going to be discussing with you my financial goals for 2024, and I am so pumped about this because these are some of my favorite videos to watch. I've been watching all your videos, what your setups are, and what you plan on doing, so I thought I'd share mine today. So if that's something you're interested in, you already know what to do. Go ahead and sit back and relax. Grab yourself a snack and let's get into this video that's going to look at my financial goals for 2024 right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And before I even start talking about my financial goals for 2024, I think it's important that I take a look back on how I did in 2023, because I think it's important to reflect on how you did the prior year before you take a look at how you want to do moving forward, so you can see what worked and didn't work. And in 2023, my main goal was to get my main emergency fund to 10K, and I didn't achieve that. I was able to get it to 6K, but you know what? I'm working on Dave Ramsey's baby step number 3 to save 3 to 6 months of expenses. And when you look at it that way, and I take a look at my main emergency fund plus all of the other emergency funds I have set up, I have surpassed that goal. So just taking a look at that helps me to better understand that I need to stop looking at this as a separate category. Main emergency fund, this emergency fund. Look at the overall picture and remind myself it is all savings. And then just overall with my savings in general, I am so excited to say that I am creeping up on 50K in savings overall since I started this journey. And I just couldn't be more proud of myself. Listen, when I started this over a couple years ago, I was living paycheck to paycheck. I didn't know where money was coming from. So to look back at that person then and look at the person now, oh my gosh, I'm just so super proud of how much I've been able to save, you know? So 2023 was an awesome year, and I just want to stay on that track for 2024. So let's hop into my financial goals for 2024. So when focusing on financial goals, I think it's very important to categorize where you want your goals to go. If you've been watching my channel, you know I do that a lot. I put things into categories on how I'm saving. But there's 4 main financial goal categories that I think should help represent where your goals are going financially and what you're hoping to achieve. And those 4 categories are debt, investing, saving, and just your overall budget in general. So what do I mean by that? Well, when you're working on your financial goals, those are typically the 4 categories that you're working on, right? You're working to pay off debt if you have any. You're making sure you're investing, or you would like to start investing. We're all working towards saving, whether that means an emergency fund, or you're saving for your medical, or you're saving for a vacation. And then your overall budget helps to keep you on track to make sure you are in focus on reaching those goals. Make sure you're managing your money correctly so that you can reach those goals. So in 2024, I'm going to focus on 3 out of those 4 categories since I am debt free. So I'm going to be focusing more on investment, saving, and budgeting this year. And let me break it down to you what my 5 financial goals will be. My first financial goal that I'm going to focus on this year is investment and retirement. Okay, retirement falls under investing for me because it's planning for your future. And one way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to start investing more money. So I use Acorn Investments, and as of right now, I invest $120 a month into my investment account. And I also invest $50 towards a Roth IRA every month. Now, I have a 401k at work, which works well for me. So the Roth IRA is just a separate investment. You know, why not? So for this year, I'm going to start focusing more on investments and putting more money into my investments this year. So what that looks like, instead of $120 a month, I'm going to bump that up to $150 a month. I'm also going to make sure that the money that I'm saving throughout the year, I'm going to take a portion of that and make sure a portion of that money is getting applied into my investment accounts. And then I'm also going to look into setting myself up by the end of the year when I do my benefits to start pulling 15% out of my paycheck to go towards retirement. I think that's just so important. I am so ready to start focusing on retirement in the next 10, 15, 20 years, but I've got to get myself set up in a place where I am there financially. Now, my second financial goal is saving. I'm going to continue focusing on saving because you can never have too much in a savings account. you can never have too much, right? And one way I'm going to continue focusing on my savings is that I'm going to continue doing my savings challenges, but I'm going to put a spin on it this year. So last year in 2023, this is stuck with me. I participated in a challenge called the No Sinking Fund Month Challenge. I think that's what it was called. It was one of the most exciting challenges I have ever participated in. And the reason for that is because I'm so attached to my sinking funds. So when someone presented a challenge to me to not stuff them for a month, I was like, excuse, ma'am. But the more I did it, it was so much fun. I was able to put more money into my, savings and my goals that I'm using my savings challenges for. And I'm like, you know what? This is a great idea. So in 2024, to help me with saving more towards my savings and investing, I'm going to participate in a no sinking fund month every quarter. And I think that is going to be so good for me. It's going to be exciting. It's always fun. It's always thrilling when you switch up your budgeting. So what I'm going to do every quarter is going to be a no sinking fund month for me. So starting this quarter, it's going to be in March. It's going to be a no sinking fund month. I'm going to do June. I'm going to do September, and then I'm going to do December. So I'm going to have 4 no sinking fund months, and that's going to be fun. So stay tuned for that. We're going to do some fun challenges. We're going to have a fun time, and I cannot wait to see how much I save by doing that. My third financial goal is more of a mindset. It's not so much monetary, but how I think about certain things. And what I mean by that is I'm going to start utilizing my sinking funds more. Now, I love sinking funds. And I also get very attached to my sinking funds, where I will use my sinking funds. I will save the money for the things that I want because that's what they're for. But when it comes time to purchasing certain things, I don't want to let go of that sinking fund because I'm so proud of the money that I save that I'll pull it from my buffer before I pull it out of that envelope because I don't want to touch it. And I've got to change that mindset in 2024. The reason for the sinking funds is saving for the things that I want so I don't have to go into debt or utilize other money that could be used for savings. So I'm going to start utilizing my sinking funds more, making sure I have the sinking funds set up for the correct categories that I use for my spending, and making sure that I'm not going into my savings or anywhere else because I don't want to touch the money I save. No more in 2024. So I hope you're enjoying my 2024 financial goals so far. Make sure you drop in the comments your top financial goals and what your focus will be. I know that this 4th financial goal is very important to me to make sure I'm staying on track. And that 4th financial goal is I'm going to make sure I start incorporating more monthly resets in my channel. So I watch a lot of monthly resets. And I'm sitting here and I'm watching other people reflect on how they've done for the month, and they're looking at their budget and making sure they're on track. And I'm like, I need to start doing this. Typically what I've done in the past is I'll do a quarterly check-in every quarter to see how much I've saved, what's the difference, have I saved, have I lost, and then at the end of the year I'll do a total recap of how much I saved, and that's fine, and I'll still do those things. I think that's just going to be a great way for me to stay on top of what my end goal is and make sure I'm staying on track and staying focused with my budget. So be on the lookout for monthly resets. I think it's going to be fun, and let me know if you guys have ever done a monthly reset or if you plan on doing any monthly resets. So I'm on my last financial goal, and just to recap, my financial goals for this year is I'm going to focus on investment and retirement more this year. I'm going to still continue focusing on my savings, but I'm going to do that by making sure I'm implementing no sinking fund months throughout the quarter so I'm able to save more. I'm going to make sure I'm utilizing my sinking funds the way that they should be, making sure I'm keeping up with my expenses, pulling that money out of those sinking funds and paying myself back and not pulling it out of my buffers. I'm going to make sure I'm paying close attention to my budget by doing monthly resets, checking in monthly, seeing how much I spent, if I was on the right track or not. And finally, my 5th financial goal will be utilizing the cash envelope system more. So what do I mean by that? Well, the cash envelope system is not new. Everyone does it, but I've never done it. As long as I've been budgeting, which has been 2.5 years, I've always used my card for all of those purchases for, like groceries and gas and eating out and all of the things. But what I realized, and not to say that that's bad, because I do still use my card, but what I'm noticing is I'm spending more and more and more money on eating out by using my card for eating out. The other categories are not bad, but the eating out has gotten out of control. Like over the past year in 2023, I can tell you honestly that every month I probably spent anywhere between $700 and $800 eating out. I know. It's bad. So I'm going to start using the cash envelope system by making sure I'm taking the money out every 2 weeks when I get paid and using that towards my expenses. I've already started doing this in November and I've seen such a big difference. And by doing this, I'm not wasting unnecessary money for eating out all of the time, and that's extra money that can go towards my other categories for investing and more money into retirement and savings and all of the things. So I'm going to be utilizing that system more. It's been working very, very well for me, and I'm just going to stay on track. All of this is about discipline, right? So we have to make sure we're utilizing those tools to keep us disciplined, to make sure we're reaching those goals we set for ourselves and staying on top of it. All right, so those are my top 5 financial goals for 2024. Let me know if you have any similar goals or what your goals are. Make sure you drop those in the comments below. I'm very, very excited about sitting down and just looking at the big picture, the overall picture where I see myself in the next few years. And it's going to be good for me. I cannot wait. I want to thank you guys for watching. These are always fun videos to record. Next week's video, we're going to start off the new year. We're going to start with our savings challenge video. I can't wait for you guys to see what savings challenges I'm going to be doing this year. I'm so excited. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.